In professional wrestling, spotlight is everything. The ones who shine are the ones remembered, headlining cards, cutting promos, and holding titles. But what about the ones who slip through the cracks? I'm your host, Frank Culbertson, and welcoming you to Portland Wrestling Obscurities, forgotten, brief, and barely remembered. It's a look back at the names who passed through the Northwest like whispers, never forgotten by those who saw them, but barely mentioned in the same breath as Savage, Rose, or Maine. Today, we dig into three men whose time in Portland was real, just not remembered. Let's begin with Ray Glenn, a journeyman wrestler out of England. He started in Europe in 1968, and by 1972, he was on Canadian soil, working towns across the Great White North before dropping into Portland. Ray Glenn never made a splash here, but he made contact. In 72 and 73, he worked solid stints, facing names like Lonnie Main, Ricky Hunter, and Haru Sasaki. Did he ever win? Rarely. Did he stick out? Not especially. But to me, Glenn's obscurity might be a mask for his dependability. He was tough, British, and likely hard as nails. He was a guy promoters could rely on, a guy who could help make the stars look even better. He finished his career back in Europe, wrestling until 1982. Now, you won't find him in any Hall of Fame, but ask any promoter from that era, and they'd tell you Ray Glenn did his job. Our second wrestler today was a throwback, even in his own time. It's Johnny Heideman. This guy debuted in 1949. By the time he showed up in Portland in late 68, he'd already logged nearly 2 decades in the ring. Heideman came through Vancouver, had some success, wins over Bruce Kirk, Roy McClarty, and Eric Froelich, and then trickled into Portland for a handful of matches. But then he was gone. No titles, no notable feuds, just hard-nosed, blue-collar wrestling. He wrestled for 28 years and never once held a championship. That says something. Heideman wasn't flashy. He was functional. Look up a picture of the guy. He looked like the type who didn't need a gimmick. His face told the story. This was a guy who worked. And in the world of wrestling, that's no small thing. Now here's a mystery wrapped in a beard and chaos. The Cuban assassin, Angel Acevedo. With one of the most unforgettable heel looks in wrestling, thick black beard, wild curly hair, and eyes that burn through the crowd, Acevedo brought menace with every step. While best known for his work in Calgary Stampede Wrestling, he was truly a globe-trotting force. Memphis, Montreal, Germany, Puerto Rico, the Maritimes, you name it, he worked it. Then in January of 1985, out of nowhere, he hit Portland like a thunderclap, racking up quick wins over Siva Afi, Mondo Guerrero, and Jerry Gray. It looked like a run was in motion, but within weeks, losses to Billy Jack Haynes and Bobby Jaggers ended the chapter just as fast. 1 month, that's all. Why didn't it last? That's the riddle. He had the look. He had the presence. Maybe it was politics, timing, or just a stopover between bigger plans. Whatever the case, the Cuban assassin's time in Portland was short, but unmistakable. One of those names you don't forget, even if you only saw him once. Whether you're a diehard fan of Don Owen's Portland Wrestling Empire or just getting your first taste of wrestling's strangest side streets, Portland Wrestling Obscurities uncovers the lost names, unusual stories, and blink and you miss them careers from Portland Wrestling's unforgettable era. Inspired by the best-selling book, The Encyclopedia of Portland Wrestlers, available now on Amazon by Mike Rogers. New episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday, so follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen, and turn on notifications so that you never miss another deep dive into wrestling's most curious characters.